Hello everybody. So I am sitting in this corner with my cheap keyboard here that you can't see, but it's here. I've had this thing for many years and I whip it out every once in a while. I should probably play it more because I've always wanted to be better at piano, but I'm not the I'm not the best. Guitar always just seemed to make a lot more sense than these keys. I know some people are like, oh, well, it's laid out in front of you, but for me, it just doesn't like compute in the same way that my guitar does. But anyway, I still write on it from time to time, and I started writing a song the other day, and I started like it's actually I started it on guitar, and then I had these visions. Maybe that's not, I sound like I'm That's So Raven or something. I had, I envisioned a piano, so I kind of played around again, like very, very beginner type stuff, but it's enough to get the idea going for the song. But I figured I'd share a bit of it with you guys today, and maybe a little insight on the songwriting process. I think for this coming Monday, I'm going to be taking off. It's funny because, well, it's not funny. It was frustrating, but I'll laugh about it now. But I went to put up my tripod. I can't even think. I went to put up my tripod, and this big piece just fell off. And I was like, oh, if that's not a sign from the heavens, like it's been a little technologically difficult these past couple days. I've been working on a cover of Gorgeous by Taylor Swift, actually. So hopefully I can get that out to you, maybe not this coming week, but the following. But I figured I would just let you know in advance. I've been going for several weeks now, so I'm like, okay, maybe I can take a bit of a mental health week. I've got a lot going on this weekend, and a lot going on even early next week. So maybe by next week later on, I'll be able to really shift my focus. But sometimes it's just not working, if that makes any sense. And so I put a lot of pressure on myself to get things perfect. And I've learned that it's okay to walk away from something that's just not working. I feel that way with songs too. If it's not meant to, happen that day, then it's not meant to happen. And then I find oftentimes that I'll walk away from an idea and then come back to it, and it's better than I could have ever thought when I'm in the right mindset. I feel like I heard a toilet flush. Okay. Anyway, I hope this is making sense. I'm just kind of rambling. But anyway, I get asked about my songwriting process a lot, and that's kind of a tricky question to answer because every song is entirely unique. And every way I go about it is different. I have like a hair here, sorry. So like I said, in this case, it started on guitar, then I heard piano, and so I, pulled this thing out and decided to play around with it. And it's interesting because when you write songs on certain instruments, they turn out ways that you would have never thought they would turn out, on something else. Like I've written things on ukulele, done progressions there that I wouldn't do on guitar because it just wouldn't sound the same and get the same effect. So that's why I like to diversify my writing and my instruments here and there, even if I don't have extensive knowledge on the keys so much. But it's enough to kind of get me through and give the right idea. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. I see this toilet flushing again. Anyway, you probably can't hear it, but I can, and then it bothers me. I do that all the time when I record because I'll hear something that chances are you guys would never hear, but it's just like right in my ear, and I'm like, oh. But anyway, yeah, so I only have half of this written, so literally just the first verse and the chorus, but oftentimes that's like, 85% of your song right there, depending on if you do, a bridge that's kind of interesting or not, or if it's a little, or if it's just like an instrumental. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, trying to think of other things I can talk about in terms of songwriting. Yeah, I get the question also, do lyrics come first or does the music come first? And that's another question that it really depends. I would say in general, most of the time, they happen at the same time. It could, I mean, for this song in particular, I had this title in mind, and it was "Fool to Lose You." And that's how I wrote my song Pretty as well. I just had that title, and I knew that's what I wanted it to be called. And in this case, I built the chorus up first, lyrics and music at the same time. And then the verses just came after. I've even started with bridges, like that's more rare, but I've started with bridges and built around that. So yeah, it really, really varies. But most of the time I'm writing on guitar. One of my favorite ways to write aside from guitar, because it's good to put it down sometimes, because I can get stuck in the same kind of progressions over and over again. So I've worked with producers in the past where they've built a track up, or they're building the track and I'm working on the lyrics, and it just puts a whole new spin on a song. Same thing as you would have if you wrote it on a different instrument. It's like that. It's sounds that you couldn't have conjured up in your brain or on an instrument, that they can create in a studio, and then you just kind of glue the pieces together. So that's a really fun way of writing, of that producer being in his or her own world and me being in my own lyric world and just putting it together. It's really fun. But most of the time, if it's just me, which I tend to prefer over co-writing, I've done plenty of co-writing, and I totally, fully intend on doing more. But I feel like my most honest, proudest songs I write on my own. So yeah, this is one of them. Literally, I don't have a second verse or bridge, I have this concept in mind of kind of like a big sort of opening for the bridge with a whole new chord progression, but I have no idea. That's the beauty of it. Sometimes the frustration of it, but there are plenty of possibilities and directions this could go. But yeah, I wish I could give some kind of straight answer, but it's always different. It always varies. But yeah, since, like I said, I think I'm going to skip this coming Monday, maybe I'll give you a little taste of what I've been working on. I have been working on the cover as well, but it's just a lot, and I think it's too much to get done between now and then, and all the stuff I have going on. So, you're like, just sing already. So hopefully I don't mess this up, because I have a tendency to do that. But this is the first half of the song that has yet to be finished, called Fool to Lose You. And I could pop the lyrics down somewhere in this, I guess, description, if you will. And yeah, hopefully this sounds okay. So yeah. Held my hand on the dark days. You know me like nobody else. Understand me in your own ways. Made me feel things I have never felt. In a world that's so cold and so mean, you're a light meant for me. Now I'm sure of one thing, I the first half. Who knows where it will go? I know the oops. I know the kind of shape of it, you know. So it would go into the da 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 gibberish da 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 da. See, I don't know how to do this that well. And then it would get a little bit bigger. I hear like drums. Beautiful. That's what I look like when I write songs. I just like think of the whole like band behind me, and I just look crazy. I'll be like, I hear this, but it's and then that happens. So, yeah, that's my mind, and it makes sense to me, I guess. Not all the time, but yeah. So that's where it's at. But it's a good kind of like my gestures base of a song, and so it's pretty much almost done, but it's just gotta fill in those blanks, and yeah. So that is a little bit about my writing and a little bit of what I've been working on this week. So and it might be good to just kind of get my head back into writing a little bit more. So that's my favorite thing, I think, ultimately, is writing and doing my own music. So anyway, that's that. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are in the world, and I hope you enjoyed my weird little songwriting video in the middle of the day. So I will see you guys soon, and maybe be back at you with something else that I come up with. All right, bye.